Hi, Mrs. Surber here. Welcome to my home kitchen. Today you're going to be learning about kitchen knife basics. My goal for you today is that you're able to list basic knife skill tools, describe how to safely handle a knife, and give tips on how to correctly use a chef's knife. To begin, you will need basic kitchen tools to use kitchen knives properly. Always use a cutting board when you are cutting food with a knife. This cutting board has rubber grips on each side so that it stays put on the counter and doesn't slip around. If your cutting board doesn't have rubber grips, place a kitchen towel underneath to prevent it from slipping. The most important tool for this kitchen skill is a chef's knife. There are several different kitchen knives, but for this lesson, we will only be using a chef's knife. A chef's knife is a multi-purpose tool that can be used for a lot of different knife cuts. You can slice, dice, cube, and mince foods while using a chef's knife, along with a lot of other specialty knife cuts. It is important to have an idea of the parts of a chef's knife for this lesson, as we will refer to them as we discuss how to hold and use a chef's knife. Here you can see the different parts of the knife. Take a couple seconds to look over this diagram. To prepare your work area, place your cutting board on the counter. The chef's knife should be on the counter as well. I like to put mine right next to the cutting board. It's also a great idea and beneficial to put a bowl at your workspace. This is something you will use to discard trash, to get rid of parts of food items that you don't want to consume, for example, the root of an onion or a bad spot on a potato. This is how your station should look before you begin. We have our cutting board, chef's knife, and a bowl to use as a trash can to discard anything that we won't use in our recipe. Before you begin cutting, you need to ensure you are holding a chef's knife properly. You will pinch the flat of the blade just past the bolter using your thumb and index finger. Your remaining 3 fingers will wrap around the handle of the knife. This may not feel natural to you if you have never held a knife this way, but this grip gives you the most control with handling a chef's knife and when cutting food. Your other hand should be holding the food you are cutting. To maintain control of the food item and not cut your fingers, try the claw grip on the food item. Round your hand as though there is a bubble underneath the palm. Curve your fingertips in, with your middle finger being at the forefront of your other fingers. Now we're ready to cut. Here you can see the correct way to cut foods. By holding the knife properly and maintaining the claw grip on the food, you should have good control over your knife skills. When cutting foods, the tip of the knife should not leave the cutting board. The blade should roll over the cutting board like this. I refer to this as the choo-choo train rolling technique. This ensures you have control over the knife. Now that you know basic knife tools, how to safely handle a knife, and how to correctly cut foods, you are ready to put your knife skills to practice. Our next lesson will give you the opportunity to learn how to complete at least 5 different knife cuts on different foods. Here are some examples of some of the knife cuts that you will be learning how to do. You're going to put all of this together for our first knife skills lab, where we will be making stir fry. Thanks for watching and happy cooking!